Hello, everyone. So, before I begin with my speech, I would request you all to please close your eyes for a moment. Can you all please? Just for a moment. Yeah. Now, take a deep breath in. Take your right hand, keep it on your heart, and feel for a moment. Like, try to remember a moment that when you guys were truly happy. Like, it can be anything small. I can already see few smiles on the faces. Okay, guys, now you can open your eyes. Now be honest with yourself. How often do you feel the same way in your daily life? Because somewhere between expectation, pressure, and constantly trying to be someone else, we live in a life that looks full on the outside, but it doesn't feel like it's truly ours. I know that feeling because I have lived it. My name is Neha Rajguru, and I'm here to talk about my life. Not a perfect one, not a spectacular one, but a real, undiluted one. So, I'm born and raised in Pune and soon moved to Mumbai, my dream city. I started my career as a background dancer, and then soon, because I realized that I'm great when it comes to in front of the camera, like in terms of acting, because I was doing theater while I was studying in the college. So I start, why not? I take an opportunity to act and started acting in front of the camera. But then soon I realized that it's not for me. And then I switched to behind the camera and started assisting in Bollywood films. I mean, I just loved the whole energy. I loved my work. I was enjoying what I was doing there. Life was fast. It was exciting. I gained a lot of respect. I earned a lot of money. And honestly, I loved it. But here's the strange part. Like somehow we feel that we have everything, but still there's this feeling deep inside us, which like it's very difficult to explain. It's like our life has everything. It looks like fuller on the outside, but deep inside, it feels little repetitive. It feels like we are constantly stuck in a loop, like it's a never ending loop. And here's something that nobody shares about chasing a dream city. Like when you're trying to catch it, sometimes it catches you back. And when I retrospected my life, I felt एक कहावत है वो कहते हैं ना कुएं का मेंढक बनना. I soon realized that I had become that frog and Mumbai had become my well. And I felt that I understood life because I was constantly trying to grab some or the other thing, trying to look at the sky from the bottom of my well and think that I'll be successful only after I achieve that. Like a life, it just have like never ending goals, like back to back. And we think that life can only be cherished after I achieve that. Like we spent all of our life by thinking about this pursuit of happiness as we call it. But you know what? One day I got a call. I got a call for a music shoot video. Like it was 13 cities in 15 days, crew of 5, chaotic schedule, budget of faith, and my payment literally nothing, literally zero. But still, I felt like something deep inside that I should do this shoot, and I said a yes. Because it also had a word which I couldn't say no to was travel. Or maybe it had something that I was not sure about. Or maybe the schedule was tight. Or maybe the crew was less. Or maybe I was just looking at an excuse to get out of Mumbai. And then, or maybe, I mean, I was just ready to crawl out of that well. And on during that shoot, we traveled everywhere in India, right from Maharashtra to Kerala, from Rajasthan to Dharamshala, and finally Kashmir. I mean, oh my God. I was like standing there surrounded by snow capped mountains. I mean, you can look at here. The view was spectacular. It was breathtaking. And there I was just standing looking at those mountains and I felt like I am alive. the moment that I'm able, my heart is beating and I am in the moment and I'm alive. And it also made something that day that I was quite enough to listen myself from within. And thankfully, this time it was not forced like it was during our COVID times. And soon after the shoot, when I came back to Mumbai, I realized that I had become extremely restless. I mean, I was not able to focus. It just felt like I'm not done yet. I wanted to explore more. And one of a dear friend, she contacted me. She said that, Sneha, why don't you try? Why don't you try and volunteer to a permaculture farm? It's in West Bengal. It's just like 300 rupees per night and stay and food included. Then I literally gave it a shot. I felt like, yeah, why not? I should definitely try this. Then I genuinely packed my bags with a backpack, a suitcase, and my camera. I finally reached Gurubathan. And when I reached there, I looked up the mountain like I had to hike for 35 minutes straight on the top of a hill, with every step constantly trying to question my own decision. When I finally reached there, the owner greeted me with a big smile. He came and he said, "Oh, Sneha, hi, come, I'll let you get settled down. Come, I'll show you your humble abode." And I was surprised to see my humble abode. It was a tent in the middle of a jungle where I see nothing. And I got little surprised there that, okay, this is where I'm going to live for a week or maybe I don't know by when. And there, the first night, oh my God, it was terrible. I was trying to sleep there and the forest just felt alive. There were sounds everywhere, like sounds of insects, sounds of I don't know what all was there around me. And it was so difficult for me to focus and sleep. And then I got my earphones, so I kind of just plugged them in. And I felt that, okay, I'll play music as loud as I'm going to suppress that sound clearly. I couldn't sleep well for the first night. And as I said, that I am born in city, I'm a complete city girl. I had never ever touched soil, and there I was, cutting turmeric with my own hands and eating food that we guys have grown together. And we were swimming in the river. We were helping them build a mud house. I was sitting on the rock for hours, just doing nothing. And that moment, I felt like जिंदगी बस कट नहीं रही, आप उसे जी रहे हो. It felt like life was happening. And in between those peaceful moments, I still remember that when I used to sit on the rock, I used to feel like life can be so simple, no? Life can be so easy. It's us who have complicated it. It's us who always need some or the other thing from the life. But when I believe that you can be yourself in your own space, I can be me and I can be myself, it felt extremely peaceful. And during those peaceful moments, I used to call my father and I used to share everything with him, like what I'm doing here, what is my daily routine, and everything with my father. And one day on a call, he asked me, Beta, what's the plan? When are you coming back? I said, I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. Oops. Then he said that, okay, are you happy? He asked me that. And I said, yes, immediately, without even thinking for a second. Then he said, okay, then stay. And I did. Imagine, guys, I went there for like a week and ended up staying in that jungle for good straight 52 days. And life felt amazing. I was just not ready to head back to Mumbai, but I had to. So when I reached Mumbai, Mumbai was the same. The city looked the same, but this time I was the odd man out. I was not the same there. I felt like, the cities here, the work and everything, the work is going fine. But there was this strange thing that I figured while I was working in Bombay, when I was back from the farm, my life had became beautifully balanced. Like I could figure that work had become just work and not my entire identity. And I wanted to create that balance throughout my life. And hence I figured that shift is needed. And while I was kind of trying to experiment with what should I do further, something beautiful, unexpected thing happened. Like unknowingly, my father, with whom I used to share my all like my experiences and everything, unknowingly, without even telling me, he already started looking for a land. He started meeting brokers. He started doing his own research on how to buy a land. Just not for me. Okay. He also needed a life close to nature after his retirement. Like he was trying to plan for his second innings in his life. And when we both discussed about this, we figured we both wanted the same way, but just in different ways. Then why not club in? So hence I had to leave Bombay and come back to Pune. And after good 9 months of land scouting, we finally found our dreamland. As I said that I've already worked in Bollywood and I knew how a big moment felt like because we create and sell emotions for a living. I mean, that's how it works, guys. But then the day we got the land, oh my God, like it was so overwhelmed. Me and my father, we both hugged and we cried. My mother too cried, but for very different reasons. Because she thought we both have lost our minds. Yes, and maybe we did. Because doing something like this requires a lot of guts, requires a lot of control. Like to bring that change, you should get out of the comfort zones. And here, like, I've not come here to tell you guys that, okay, leave your job, move to a village or buy a land, start farming. I'm not here for that. But let me tell you, you all can practice that balance while staying in the city. Like you all, by balance, I mean you can create a life, give some time to yourself. You can be grateful for the food on your plate. You can be grateful to the person sitting right next to you. And that's how that balance can be created. And I mean, while all of this was happening and while we moved there, then I figured we need a life that should be more closer to nature. Like, I want to suggest you all, if possible or whenever possible, you should really get away from that noise. Like, here, I'm not saying those like 2, 3 days getaways with your friend and family. Like, to get that change, you should give that time. And I promise you, if you give that time, something incredible things are going to happen. You will start noticing nature. You'll start observing the patterns of nature, like how the ants move to the higher ground even before the rain hits, even before the rain arrives. How a firefly glows when the ecosystem is still pure. How a forest sustains itself even without our intervention. Every grass, every leaf, every insect, every microorganism have its own role, have its own purpose in nature. And that's how we should also be able to see that and to connect for that. You need to give that time to yourself. And by doing all of this, by giving that time to yourself, you will soon realize that you are not separate from nature. You are part of the nature. By part, I mean you start respecting the coexistence around us. And that coexistence is very important. And by realizing that, I mean, I would love to say that simplicity is not poverty, slowness is not laziness, and luxury is nothing but just an expensive validation. So, life is yours. And when you start understanding all of this, you will understand how a good life looks like. So, life is yours, choice is yours, and this life is just given. We have gotten this life just once, and we should make the fullest of it. I mean, that's what Viva la Vida means, to live your life to the fullest. And yeah, I mean, by that, I'll wish you guys all the best to live your life to the fullest. Thank you.